You sometimes catch yourself sitting in your self-built Spiffos restaurant, surrounded by 120 animals in an animal zone, wondering, did things maybe go wrong at some stage? No? Just me? Alright. Welcome back to Project Zomboid. Welcome back to the zombie apocalypse, and yeah, we probably have to do something about this. This is... It's getting crowded in here. And actually, on the last night, the game crashed for me. Now, this might have been just a coincidence. Maybe it's related to all the animals. Maybe it's related to the daily summary mod. That I've heard something that people were having problems with it once you got to a really, really long save game. I don't know. It's so adorable though. But I might just have to go into debug mode and maybe just use that to delete some animals. I don't want to go around and slaughter them or murder them all. That's just gonna stress everybody out, including me. But yeah, welcome back to our little outpost here. I did some minor changes. One change is we got some storage here now, which has most of our steel supplies. In fact, there's no trailer left over there. Then one other minor change is we did some tree chopping. We did a lot of tree chopping. And we did some tree transportation, and because it's time to tackle the roof. Now, don't worry, my plan for this episode is not to watch you see how I saw down 100 logs and then build 100 pieces of floor on the roof, but you know, we do a little bit of that. Do a little bit on, a little bit off camera, but first things first, we need to go up to the roof, right? So we grab this, we grab that. And since we're building with style over there, we have to go here, stairs, we want the metal stairs. Got all the materials here, and I think we put those in the window here, so that they end with the back side of the building here. Oh. Put some, I thought I put some of the welding stuff in here. Okay, let's just put it back into the box here. At least I know where it is, but I feel like it's just a little bit away from where I usually need it. Because I'm probably gonna need it in here mostly if we start working on cars. So I might move the metalworking stuff in here then. Anyway, I'm not sure if my math was 100% correct, that this is gonna need like 90 logs or something like that. But let's use the power of recording and not recording. I'll see you on the flip side. Natural 8 in-game hours later, and we have some nice little wooden plank piles. Let's see. Oh, we actually get metal floor tile here, huh? As the top tile of these stairs. Interesting. Now, I don't think we're gonna go for... There's no way I would do like 290 metal floor tiles. I don't think we have the propane or the metal sheets for that. Still think you usually like to have at least here where the stairs end, a little fence. so that I can be a little bit more reckless when moving. Alright, yeah, so I'm gonna do this. And you don't have to watch me do this. Let's see how many of those, if my math was correct, and if we actually have enough planks in the sort down here, or if we need to do this, do another trip next door to get more wood. Yeah, catch you on the flip side again. Halftime show, roughly. You know, we're down to the last plank of last pile of planks. Kidding, it's still 154. I think we're good. I think I was counted more or less correctly. And yeah, we can go 24 at a time. And I'm probably gonna run out of nails again soon. Yeah. Balancing this whole thing about how many planks you can carry each trip and how often you need to get more nails is a little bit of a... It's a thing. It's a thing. But yeah, let me continue hammering. Also, I didn't even check. Also, a hammer looking in all of this. Yeah, that's not gonna last much longer. Thankfully, they did reduce the rate at which hammers lose durability when doing construction. The last patch, it would have been really awful. Probably would have gone for 2 hammers already. But we move, we carry on. Let's finish this roof here. Alright, just a couple more planks. We'll be over in a heartbeat. Just like that. The roof's done. Planks down below. I'm wondering if I want to have some you know, water collection barrels up on here so we can put a sink inside. So if I'm working on the cars, I can get a drink here and don't have to run back to the main building. Kind of makes sense. Then again, we still have some time before we just get snow. And yeah, we have like what, 53 planks left. Now the big question is, did we actually build a building? Does it count as inside? And the big thing is, watch the outside, the temperature, and it should make a little bit of a jump when you go from outside to inside. It is counting as inside. Wonderful. Had some issues with that. In our wilderness survival live stream, I built a building and it didn't register as inside. I had to go into debug mode to fix it, but was ultimately able to fix it. Actually, there's one more thing missing here. We need a door back there, don't we? So even without doors and without windows, this is now considered inside. So we can actually, we could plumb a sink here if we wanted to. And then the other big question is going to be, does my initial plan work out? I think there's enough space here, right? We have the cars in the back, and that thing is so huge. But we can drive in here, drive out there, or the other way around, however we want it. And should even be able to maneuver a trailer in there. So that's fun. Let's see though. We want a door. Are there no metal doors? Are you telling me the wooden door is the only door? I'm shocked here. Well, okay. I still want a door there, I think. So let's grab planks. Hinges and a doorknob. BD. Has there ever been a recipe for a knob? No. At least not here. Maybe there's one in the forge. I don't know. And if I have anything here in this stuff, or we just disassemble the door, that's probably a faster solution. Looks like we got some doorknobs here. Done. I guess, well, kind of done. Probably eventually we still also want to put actually windows into the window slots. I think the combination of metal and stone, it's not terrible. It would probably look better if we had one consistent material here. I think it still works. I like it. I'm probably gonna drive out with the Humvee again, so I'm actually gonna grab this thing and just test the garage. I think this works exactly in the way I wanted it to. In here. Now we need to do something about the flooring in here, obviously. If this prospect of getting those 260 or whatever it was, 240 something planks for the roof was intimidating. Getting sacks of gravel to fill in the flooring is... The thought of that scares me even a little bit more. But maybe I do it similarly what I did with this one. You know, get a couple sacks here, get a couple sacks there, have it be a project over multiple weeks, so it doesn't get that quite that much. Getting a little bit hungry. We've also been a little bit struggling with weight. We're back up to 78. We were down at 75. Actually had the underweight or low weight icon here for a day. To do some drastic steps there. Yeah, we restarted our trapping process. Done that in a while. It's rabbits that immediately die as you get them out of the trap. It's kind of convenient. And we still get these old school build 41 rabbits in the same process. Probably just get this put this trash can near the actual traps. Like the bones, we're not gonna sit there carve bones for days. There's really no use for that. Alright, I'm gonna run back to base here, get myself some food, get myself some sleep, and then in the morning we're gonna head back out to the military checkpoint, and I'll see you then. We're back at the outpost. Outpost-ish. We didn't really turn this into an outpost, right? We're just sleeping in that house. It's not really in any way fortified or anything, but with the acute lack of zombies in this area, I'm feeling somewhat safe in those houses. Took a while to get here, you know, that's one of the reasons why I wanted an outpost near the checkpoint, any sort of forward base, because, man, if you want to fight for a checkpoint, I have to drive all the way back to our original base every time. Barely be fighting at all. How's it looking here? It still looks like a lot of zombies, but at the same time I also feel like we already made a little bit of a dent here. Maybe? Maybe? Getting bold here today. Take the room that's in there for the turnaround, so I don't have to do like a 5-point turn in this area. Yeah. Grab some doorknobs from here. And sure, some hinges. We might need them at some point. Okay, grab a spare hatchet or two. I don't have a big axe today. I'm also kind of debating with myself. I've been always, you know, having the meat cleavers on me. I have three spare meat cleavers here. I have 6 spare meat cleavers in the car. And I've not been using them as a weapon anymore because the hatchet is just so much more consistent in one-shotting zombies, dealing more consistent damage, that the meat cleaver kind of becomes a, I don't even want to say liability, but it did its job. One big advantage was certainly the low stamina usage, and then also the low muscle strain impact that it had. Yeah, those are just not priorities anymore. Oh yeah. Right, we got runners in this run. Oh no. Did somebody really forget to fill up water? That would kind of suck if we actually forgot that. Now we obviously have water at the houses. I just don't want to drive back there. Now I don't think any of these small tents have a water dispenser or anything like that. I'm gonna assume the kitchen tent has some sort of water facility. So let's fight north along the fence line here. So now that the garage is done, right? I was thinking, what's the next little side project that we're gonna put some time into when we're not fighting zombies? I think there was I might have mentioned it before, but using our new advanced forge facilities to forge a full suit of metal armor. Not that I intend to use it in fight. I don't know how much it slows you down or weighs you down, but it would be kind of badass just to have it. So the next project is gonna be grinding up that metalworking to level 10. What's that in your belly? Nothing there. Then we can look at that armor tag. We need to go for a little rest here in a second. Can do those 2 more, right? That's all there is. It's so slow. By the time he reached me, I'm fully rested. What's this? Oh, I did 4 kale? That is not ideal. This is causing unhappiness. But hey, it does give thirst reduction. So we got that going for us. Nice. It seems like some sort of office tent, no? Probably just more officer tent. No, I don't remember from previous runs that any of these small tents had water dispensers. Then again, I could have sworn that the medic tent had one, but apparently not. Not terrible. The big unknown is always the question, how many of these guys are gonna start running at me when I get closer? Yeah, just casually walking at me. We might end up doing here if we actually clear up to that corner today. At the end of the day, I'm gonna grab the sledge and sledge in the fence over there, so that we can then come in and clear from that corner and don't have to drive all the way down every time. Need 3, and it's kind of getting dark already. It might just be a super cloudy day. Didn't really check the weather. So, should have sharpened when I had the chance. Okay. Way more hits than I thought it would. Just to see if there's anything in these crates nowadays. Now, I've been not looting any firearms, right, in this run so far. I'm kind of thinking if we're clearing the military checkpoints, depending on how much we find, we might actually do a little bit of shooting and aiming. Just to see how it feels now. Sign there. Interesting. Least observant zombie here we've ever had. I'm refusing to acknowledge me. Hey, there's a sink. Goodness. And the big question is, where does that sink in that tent on an open field get its water from? All back to our little resting spot. Don't need to sharpen. No, I don't have any food on me. I have some food in the car. Definitely brought enough for a couple days here this time around. Deal with these groups here. Oh. It's kind of lucky that I got that one swing on the runner. But you know, sometimes luck just has to be part of your plan. You know, seeing that floodlight here reminds me I still need some sort of lighting for the garage. Well, then I probably also need a generator for in there. It'll be fine. We just work at daylight hours. Hello, Mr. Raccoon friend. Come at me, bro. Okay. This area certainly looked very different the first time we came out down here, didn't it? Didn't I also use that actually for the thumbnail of last episode? That first view here. And now an empty field. I like it, that's progress. You know, that's one of the things I really like to see in the game here sometimes, when you just you get some progress done. You see the results, and you're like, where did that zombie come from? Whether it's like clearing an area or a town of the zombies, or building a structure, fully repairing up a car. It's really just nice to get these kind of results. Anything else in here? Not really. Nacho cheese. That's dinner. Potatoes are just stale. Almost 6 months in. Magical spots. Generator if we really need it. Let's take another look at this stuff here. Metalworking stuff, tools, plaster wallpaper. Over. I can't say no to welding torches. We got a bunch of propane from the airport. There's still a bunch of propane at the airport, but you can't ever have enough propane. Stay away from these sandbags. I don't want anybody grabbing my ankles here. Last one. Ran into the kitchen tent, so they're gonna come out the window, or maybe he's running all the way through? I don't like this. No, there she is. Come on. Get your lazy butt in motion. I was wondering when we see the first military backpacks. Get out of here. 5 more. Maybe a couple more than 5. Kind of crazy that this is the only military backpack we found so far. We can do 2 more, even if we're slightly out of breath here. Okay, since you asked so nicely, we do one more. Alright, cool. I think that's a good time to head back. Nope. It's just a large backpack, isn't it? No, it's also military. Okay. A quick rest, even though we're not fighting anymore. We're gonna be heading back. Yeah, I'm thinking we use the final hours here of having some daylight to slash an entry here, so just so that, and then we can drive in here the next few days and then tackle this from this side and don't have to drive all the way to the south every time and where all the zombies are on the other side of the fence. Zombie to the fence hole? Far enough away, okay. I don't think that zombie is gonna... I don't want to fight here. We're getting so much pain and muscle strain from using the sledge. Just gotta be a little bit careful tomorrow. I don't like that he's like has some dedication moving up there. Okay, got a couple zombies near the hole. Again, it's still a bit of a way until we get to the house, so I don't think any zombies would follow us here. The mailbox, I'm like, what am I stuck on? Okay, ledge can go in here. Dinner. Enough away. And what else can we do? Prepare for tomorrow, grab a fresh hatchet. One in hand, two in the back. With meat cleavers, that should be plenty. Unfortunately, we don't have really anything to do. Like that's what I like to call the downside of being wakeful, and we usually need like what, 4 hours of sleep. So what do we do with the rest of the day? Take apart some computers. I guess I could be fighting for longer, but I just don't want to fight when it's dark. Not with runners on the table. Do we have the... yeah. Automated emergency frequency, and I'm not gonna take apart that radio. Alright, so I'm just gonna fast forward time here. And then we can about call it a night and call it an episode. Just gonna do the sleep here so that we see the daily stats and see whether or not we're getting close to the maximum. Not even. We're getting a little bit chilly though. So next time we're back at base, I need to grab some extra clothing, I think. Alright, but that's gonna be it for today. We'll continue clearing out that outpost and then maybe also working on our little side projects in one of the next episodes. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.